Okay, the big day has arrived. It's your wedding day. The dress, the flowers, everything. It's time. But here's something else that you need to take with you on your wedding day, and that's a sense of perspective. Not everything will go smoothly that day. That's just life. One of the first things you can do to prepare for this is to designate someone else to handle things that go wrong. So you might not even need to know about them. If the florist is running late, nobody needs to tell you that. You need to send your aunt or your mother-in-law or your sister to call the florist to find out what's going wrong, to see what's going on. Nobody needs to tell you. So maybe set that expectation with the people closest to you to kind of shelter you. It's your day. Remember that little things don't really matter. Maybe the wrong shade of green napkins were delivered to the reception. It just doesn't matter. Just say that to yourself. It just doesn't matter. Just let it go. Enjoy your day. You should have the most fun day, the most meaningful day, the most loving day of your life that day. And that's what you need to keep a focus on, is enjoying yourself on that day. Things may happen. Two of your bridesmaids might get into a squabble about something. You might have a groomsman refusing to shave or put on his tie. I've seen it. Someone might be running late. Something may not be perfect when it's delivered. The minister might have a cold and might have to send a different minister to take his place. It's a million little details that might come up, but just don't worry about it. We did a wedding a few years ago where the reception was being held in Ashland at a place right on the river. And the river was rising and rising and rising. We didn't tell the bride. Everybody else knew that we were very, very close to having to cancel the reception entirely because they were going to have to close the reception hall because of the waters if they got any higher. We all kept that secret all day. We went to the salon, we got dressed, we had a ceremony, we got word that the reception was still on, and we went to the reception. Later, they told the bride, who had a good laugh about it, but she probably would have had just a little bit of a nervous breakdown if she knew that in the middle of the afternoon. Tempers and emotions can run very high that day. It's very easy for someone to get excessively upset about something minor. You just have to take it in stride. If you just go into it with the attitude that everything's going to be okay, that something's going to happen and it's not going to matter later, then you're going to be able to weather anything that goes wrong that day and still enjoy and love and experience your day forever. And if your videographer and photographer are skilled and smart, none of that will ever be shown in your video or your photos. When the flower girl tripped and got mud all over the skirt of her dress and had to be run home to put it through the washer, yeah, we're not going to show you that on the video or take photos of it. Or if we have video or photos of it, we're going to keep it to ourselves in case you ever ask about it later. But we're never going to let something unhappy make it into your permanent memories of your wedding day. Did have a tiny exception to that rule one time. We had a bride who couldn't find her shoes. We were getting dressed for the ceremony, no shoes. We checked every car, every trunk, every bag, every box, no shoes. Sent people to her house and to her mother's house, no shoes. She was getting a little upset. And I said to her, honey, your dress is floor length. No one will ever know the difference. And she had some of those fancy, lacy, sparkly flip-flops that she was planning to wear to the reception. She put them on her feet, and we went down the aisle, and everything was fine. And one time, someone watching the video caught a glimpse of that flip-flop peeking under her dress and said to me, was that bride wearing flip-flops? And I told her the story. I said, they laughed about it later. It wasn't really funny that day. They laughed about it later, and really, in the overall scheme of things, it didn't make any difference, except maybe she was a little more comfortable than those dressier shoes might have been when she was on her feet all day. You need to keep in mind why we're here. You're here because of love. You're here because you are uniting forever with the person that you love. You're pledging to spend your life with the person that you love. And anything that goes wrong today is going to be minor in the overall scheme of things. It may seem big at the time, but just try to take a step back and say it's going to be okay. We're going to laugh about this next year on our anniversary. We're joining our lives together. Remember that this is a day of love for your families. Your family and his family are celebrating with you. In many families, this is a culmination of what your parents wanted for you all your life. To find that special person in your life and to be happy with them forever. So remember that this can be a special day for your family too.